Hey guys, welcome to this new video, and in this audio video we'll be going to discuss in depth and comparing the one of the most used AI agents, the CLI agents that are Google Gemini CLI and the OpenAI Codex CLI. So on the left hand side we have the Codex CLI, and on the right hand side we have the Gemini CLI, and we'll be comparing both of them. So the Google Gemini CLI and OpenAI Codex CLI are both powerful terminal first AI coding agents, but they are built on fundamentally different architectures. So if I talk about the Google or the Gemini CLI, then it is a highly accessible open source assistant that leverages a massive context window and live search grounding. In contrast, Codex CLI is an industrial strength hybrid native agent framework focused on deterministic code precision, granular sandboxing, and automated CI/CD pipelines. So, if we talk about the core structural comparison, then the primary language stack for the Google Gemini CLI is pure TypeScript or Node.js, whereas OpenAI Codex was built on hybrid Rust and TypeScript. For the context window, Google Gemini CLI supports up to 1 million tokens, whereas Codex has a smaller 200,000 tokens, but it is really very highly token efficient. For security and isolation, Google Gemini has Docker containers, and for the macOS ones have seatbelt via sandbox flag, whereas the Codex has custom accept policy engine, that is Sharlark plus OS level hooks. The live documentation is supported in Google Gemini via built-in Google search grounding, and there is no live web grounding out of the box in OpenAI Codex CLI. If we talk about the UI architecture, then the Google Gemini is based on React and Ink, that is TUI, whereas the Codex is built on dual TUI, that is React Ink and native Rust. So, having done with the basic differentiation between these two, we will proceed with code patching and multi-file architecture, sandboxing and runtime execution, and the scope of use for both of them, and ultimately which one should you use. So if you talk about the Gemini CLI, it manages file edits through a tool registry, and it utilizes an LLM self-correction feature to fix its parameter if an edit fails. For safety, it initializes a shadow git repository to checkpoint and reverse unintended changes, whereas Codex CLI relies on a native Rust tool called apply patch. It bypasses standard defu logic in favor of a custom context-aware machine parsable syntax. This makes Codex significantly more robust when handling complex overlapping multi-file refactoring without breaking project formatting. Having said that, let's try both of them out and create a simple HTML file using both of them. So I'm going to simply type in create a simple HTML file depicting the solar system. So as you can see, this is a very vague prompt, and we will be just testing this out in order to grasp the thought process and the coding skills for the both of them. So I'll just simply paste in the message here as well. Let me just copy it from the codex, and now we're gonna hit the send button to Gemini and then eventually to Codex. So in my past experiences, I have noticed that Codex does takes a little longer. It regression tests back and forth and actually gets the work done in a really very token efficient way. So I will just simply allow this one for the session, and wherever anyone will of them will ask for permission, I will simply be allowing them. And as you can see, both have started working on the same. Codex has determined a full plan that it will create a standalone HTML file in the workspace with CSS rendered, and you can see the code that it has written. And similarly, we can see that Codex has actually beaten this one, and both of them have actually done their one with, I think that Gemini did it just a little bit faster or nearly at the same time, and we can access the same like here. So we can simply go to this particular repository or this particular file path, and we will be able to see the same. So let us simply go to the same, and here you can see this one created by Codex, which is not actually very bad. We can see all of the planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter clearly labeled, but it also do gets out of the scope. There is no zoom in zoom out system properly implemented, but sure, it is actually a good start for a first attempt. Now moving back to what Gemini has created, we can find the earth simulation.html, and there is no path mentioned here, so I assume it is in the parent directory of ddev, and we can see the name earth simulation.html. This one is created by Gemini, and we can see that it is also really good, but it looks just a little weird. So from here, it says that it uses JavaScript for simple HTML and other tasks. If like, it would can also create JS approach similar for the Earth simulation, but I think this one is far better because here it has also given the option for speed and tilt as well. So I think both of them did a great work, especially Gemini CLI, with also such of the things that it has done with the same. And this was all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.